new tool, which is called the Contractual Research Application and Follow-up Tool, abbreviated to CRAFT, for submission and follow-up of proposals and projects. It has been a huge IT project. We are happy that we could launch it now, and you will be the first ones in this call to use this one. I will share my screen, and for that I will go to the website. On our website, which has been renewed recently, you can, through the search function, just type in CRAFT, enter, and then you will find as the first hit our new application tool. This is the link also that you will find in our brochure to find the application. You have here the button Go to CRAFT. You also find how you should log on, but we will go through that. Who you should contact in case of questions. A kind request to submit in time. We will come back to that later. And here you have also two interesting documents. That's the Quick Start Guide and a frequently asked question document. When you go to CRAFT, you find a sign-in page. If you have never used any of our applications before, you don't have credentials and you should first register. After completion of this registration form, you submit and you will receive a confirmation on your screen that your application has been received for registration. And a few minutes later in your mailbox, you will get your credentials. With those credentials, you can sign in into the application. If you have been using some of the applications of the Federal Public Service Health before, you have already credentials and you could use the same ones. I will now log in as under the credentials of my colleague Ria Nauwem, just to demonstrate some of the things into the system. This is the screen that you will find when you access for the first time. In principle, you should not see this project proposal, which has been put in just for the demonstration today. That will be empty. On the vertical menu, you have My Open Projects. That's the page I'm on now, and the reference documents. On My Open Projects, you have project proposals, where you can see this RF2601 CRAFT, which is a dummy proposal I have put in just to show you some things, but also active projects. The active projects is gray shaded. Since that is not active yet, there has been no project financed already. Under the reference documents, you have three tabs: the general, the call, and the project. Under the general, you find the frequently asked question document and the quick start guide, which are also available on the website as shown before, and also some primary legislation which has been uploaded here, and that's the contract template used to define the contractual agreements when your project is financed. Under the tab Call, you can find all the templates that need to be used for your proposals, also the application form, and the official notice as published in the Belgian Gazette. These documents can be downloaded. I can just enlarge my screen by clicking here. You can see that I can download these documents. For example, I want to submit a thematic project in step 1. I can open the document and access it. So as Lena said in the previous webinar, it's really important to download all the templates from the Craft system and to prepare your proposal offline together with your consortium partners. You can remove the gray shaded text just to free up space to get the essential information in your application form. Going back to the Craft system, if you want to start a pre-proposal, you should activate the button on the right corner, New Pre-Proposal. A new screen is open. You see here that you are in a pre-proposal creation screen. You have Identification and Documents tab. At this stage, it's very important to first select the call you're applying to, which is the annual call 26.2. In a second step, you select the research type you're applying to. We have 3 types open in this call, which is the thematic, RT, the free, RF, or the transnational, Fresco, RI. As an example, I will start with an RT. Depending on the research type you select, dedicated fields are being shown. When you select an RT, you have a field where you can find the topics. That's a drop-down menu where you can scroll through to select the theme you want to apply for, the topic where you apply for. On the contrary, if you select RI, the Fresco, you will find the topics defined there. There are 5 topics. And if you select an RF, you will not have any topic defined since it's a bottom-up research type. So as an example, we will take RT and I select the VAX AMR theme. When selecting a theme or a topic, the acronym is filled in and is read-only. You can't change that one. The titles are filled in the 3 languages, but these can be amended. For example, I decide to comply to that topic, but I will restrict my research to the pigs, then I can define that. It's also requested to tick your principal fields of activity and, if applicable, an additional field. Then you have to enter your project duration in months. The topics have a defined maximum project duration and a maximum budget that can be applied for. And there are some validation rules within the system. For the VAX AMR topic, the maximum project duration is 18 months. So if I'm going to ask for 24 months, the system will say that the project duration is exceeding it. When I enter 18 months, that's fine. Then you have a field communication language. That is the communication language you want to communicate in. The application has been launched in English, but you can choose to get your automatic emails and your submission report in your own language if you wish. So I could tap Dutch. On budgetary information, the total budget is requested. Here also, the maximum budget was 180,000 euros for the requested grant. Total budget can be whatever you want. but depending on the materials used, the staff needed for your project, and so on. If I'm going to put 200,000, the system will say that that's not agreed because it's more than what has been defined in the topic. And the system calculates itself what is the percentage of your requested grant compared to the total budget. The metadata in a pre-proposal in the first phase is also restricted to data of the coordinator. Under the institution, we have prepared already quite a lot of institutions. You can search on that. For example, if I say that Ria has been affiliated to the KU Leuven, I can say she is connected to the KULAK, and then the key information and address is pre-filled. If that does not fully correspond to the address, you might change and remove, for example, the box, and it will state that you have an updated institution now. If you can't find your institution, which might happen, a new research institution which has previously never applied for any grant from the contractual research, you can't find yourself in the drop-down menu. You scroll to the bottom and you will find new institution, enabling you to provide the name of that institution and the address information. I would advise you to save from time to time what you have been entering. You can do that by clicking Save. You get a confirmation, pre-proposal detail successfully edited and saved. Instead of pre-proposal create, you see now pre-proposal edit. It has already been saved a first time. You can also say, well, I will continue tomorrow and I will close this one. Then you click Save and Return. The system will save and you go back to your overview, and you can find here the draft of your pre-proposal for a VAX AMR RT pre-proposal you're preparing. You can see some action buttons to the right. This is the view, it's the eye. If I click on that, I get a read-only result, and you can see what you have been entering already. You can also choose to delete if you are not going to submit your pre-proposal. Then you can submit. You will get a warning if you do that. I will not do it now because we will continue working on it. Or you can click the Edit pencil, which reopens the pre-proposal in an edit modus. It's somehow, from the beginning, not always clear which fields are mandatory to be filled in, and we have created, therefore, the button Validate Form. If you click the Validate Form, the system will check whether all required fields have been filled in. You just saw the notice that it's not the case now. When scrolling down, I can now check. I have some asterisks. I have been filling in that, but I didn't say to which department Ria was affiliated within the KULAK.
A phone and email address.
There's still the phone number missing. And the email address. And now he says that there are missing compulsory documents. You have two tabs. We were on the Identification tab, which has been completed now. And then we navigate to the Documents tab. As said before, you need to download the templates from the reference documents and prepare them offline in your Word version. And then you prepare them as a PDF, you sign, you save, and you need to upload. There is one compulsory document in the pre-proposal phase, and that's your pre-proposal application form for the RT proposal. You need to select the type of document you're going to upload. You're in an RT, so you will select pre-proposal RT. And then you have two options. Either you open your browser to select the documents. Somewhere open. I can select it here. I have prepared and signed it. Or you can drag and drop. When I have entered it here, it's not yet uploaded. So you need to click Add Document to get it in the system. And you now see I have uploaded one document with the correct file name. Your correct file name is acronym _ family name of the coordinator _ PP for pre-proposal in a PDF version. You can download it or you can delete it. If you're wrong, you just say, oh, I forgot to sign. You can click delete and say, yes, I want to delete it. And then it's gone. If I try to submit the pre-proposal without any document, the system will identify a problem. There are still compulsory documents missing. That's a warning and you're not able to submit. So I drag and drop. I first select the type. I drag and drop. I add. Before submission, be sure that all your metadata on identification is right and that your document is final. Once you have submitted, you will not be able to edit anymore the identification fields or to remove or replace a document. Again, you can click the Validate form to check whether your submission is ready. It's not a formal validation, it's just a technical validation. Have all fields be filled in and is the right document being uploaded?
Maybe a small side note as well, with the right document, Valerie showed that it needs to be a PDF. If you, for example, forget to put your Word document that you are preparing as a PDF file, you will also get a warning from the system that you will need to upload a PDF and that if you upload a Word, that you didn't upload the correct document yet. It can be shown quickly.
It can be shown.
So
I can remove this one. And then upload the preparation in Word. And then the system says, okay, it's a PDF that is required. You're not allowed to upload a Word. So I check everything is ready for submission. Then I can submit. The system will ask,
there's a little bit of a delay.
There is a little delay on it, yes.
Yeah.
The system asked for confirmation and clearly mentions that once you have submitted, no modifications will be possible from your side. And I confirm. That takes you back to your overview, and you can now find here RT 2601 VAX AMR1. That is the code and the acronym that has been given to your project proposal. It's a pre-proposal and it's in a submitted state. The deadline is the 1st of April, so I'm quite pretty on time. I have submitted the 18th of February. And again, the action buttons, I can view and I can download a submit report, which I will do immediately, but you see that you don't have the pencil anymore. You can't access for editing. If you view, you have a read-only access. Also on the documents, you can't add any document. You can just download your own proposal. Downloading the submit report is a PDF, which will also be accessible in your automatic email that you will have received after submission, and which gives you an overview, a summary in the language you have quoted. I had asked Dutch on the metadata which has been filled in the identification. And the document that you have been uploading. That's the confirmation that you received. You will not receive any email from either of my colleagues. You will get an email, an automatic email from Kraft. What happens next? Nothing until the 1st of April. On the 1st or the 2nd of April, we will start doing our job and validate on eligibility your proposal, content eligibility, as has been detailed in the previous webinar, and the first phase of evaluation will start. The outcome of the evaluation and selection of your pre-proposal will also be filled in the system, into Kraft. So early July, you will get an email from the system saying what the outcome of the selection in first phase will be. And that will either be ready for full proposal. You have been selected to submit a full proposal, either that the pre-proposal phase is closed and that you have not been selected. And where can you find your evaluation results? That's why I created already the free research Kraft here. You can see that's in the pre-proposal phase and it is ready for full proposal. That means that the selection has been positive. You are invited to submit a full proposal. And if you click the view, the eye, you can see on your pre-proposal that you have now 3 tabs: the identification, the documents tabs, but also an evaluation tab. And there you can find the details of the evaluation: administrative eligibility, content eligibility, with probably a remark. There was a task on animal welfare, which is not eligible. It's not within the competency of the Federal Public Service Health. A good score on relevance, 2473 out of 30, with a remark. A good score on scientific quality, 16.23, above threshold. And a final decision of our evaluation committee stating that it's a priority proposal with 2 recommendations. You can see here a lightning, which is gray shaded for the moment because I'm out of the time window. But at the time that you will receive your automatic email with your selection result, that lightning will be brightly red and you can start filing your full proposal with that button. By that time, we are preparing a new webinar to show you how it works to submit a full proposal using Kraft.
And maybe something extra you also saw in the view modes is that we also allocated already a scientific file manager. So here you see that Valerie van Meris is assigned to your project. So if you have any question, you can contact your scientific file manager.
Indeed. Thank you for the addition, Lena. Anything else that I would like to clarify? Please make yourself familiar with this application. Go around and play. It's open. You ask for your registration, you get credentials, and you have access. Don't wait until the 1st of April to access the tool for the first time. The deadline will be there soon. And after 15 p.m., the 1st of April, you won't be able to submit any longer in this system. And we are not going to accept any applications by email. Not any application online has no failures or no problems. So we have put in place a help desk for you for any questions you might have. If you experience a technical problem or you have any technical question, you should first consult the FAQ document, the frequently asked questions, that's available on the website or under the reference documents. It's here, general, frequently asked questions. You should also maybe empty the cache of your browser. That might help. And you can always contact us by email. If you contact us, please provide the acronym of your project you're working on. Make screenshots, make relevant screenshots of your problem. Please try, when you make a screenshot, to include the date and the hour. That makes it easy for our IT department to seek for the problem. And mail us to the dedicated email address, contractual.research.craft@healthfgov.be. It's mentioned in all our documents. We will try to help you as soon as possible. There will always be somebody available. We can set up, and we plan to set up short team meetings to help you further. But please, again, this is really a plea. Contact us in due course with your problems and try to submit well in time. I think that I have said everything. The floor is open for questions if you have some.